Dr. Bobby Roth has scored a great hit with his new book. It is called Strength in Stillness, The Power of Transcendental Meditation. Dr. Roth has been teaching people at the top level of society, many business leaders, billionaires, celebrities in all areas. And he has had such success that somebody asked him to write a book about his experiences, not just with the celebrities, but also with all the work that the David Lynch Foundation is doing in schools, with homeless people, with abused women, with veterans who are struggling with post-traumatic stress disorder. And Dr. Roth said, no, I don't have time to write a book. So that person made a proposal to Simon & Schuster, one of the biggest publishers in America, and they accepted it. And they gave him a $650,000 advance to write the book, which he promptly gave to the David Lynch Foundation. And he wrote the book, and now it's a great success. And he is on a world tour paid for by the publishers, and he has appeared on many TV shows. And just to give an example, he has been on Good Day New York, Good Morning America, he has been also on a Facebook Live book launch with Jerry Seinfeld, Hugh Jackman, and Deborah Lee Furness, and also on a show called 92nd Street with Mary Louise Parker, on NPR's Marketplace Morning Report, on Architects of Change Live, in a conversation with Maria Shriver, and many others. And his lecture tour has taken him to Greenwich, Connecticut, Washington, D.C., Los Angeles, San Francisco, Seattle, Fairfield, Iowa, of course, Philadelphia, and now to the United Kingdom and to Australia. And his book is now, I haven't got this for sure, but apparently it's set to be or is on the New York Times bestseller list, which is the most distinguished and difficult to attain bestseller list in the US. So now we have the joy of seeing Dr. Roth on, firstly, Good Day New York. It's about almost 10 minutes, and then Good Morning America. So we have these two videos now. Let's play them, please.
There's so many things that stress me out, but I have to tell you, once Bob Roth came into my life, it really put things in perspective. I don't know, can you tell that I'm less stressed? You can't? Well, I swear, he's helped thousands of people, from celebrities such as Katy Perry, Hugh Jackman, business leaders, politicians. You're not going to believe the people that he's touched. And he's also touched people like second graders and veterans. And he's showed them how to basically connect with this inner power of transcendental meditation.
Yeah, and Bob has a new book out. It's called Strength in Stillness, The Power of Transcendental Meditation. Bob's with us this morning. Good morning to you.
Good morning. So nice to be here with both of you.
We were just talking seconds ago that in your book, you really teach us that it should be taken serious. Meditation, understanding that there's true science and research behind it and how it has such a positive effect.
If you had a physical ailment, you wouldn't just sort of casually find something online and treat that physical ailment. You'd want to go to an expert. You want to go to a doctor and have a diagnosis and a prescription. And I think the same is true with when we're feeling anxious or depressed or confused, or we can't sleep, or we're eating disorders, or we're not as creative as we used to be. Well, there are many meditations out there, but a lot of them are just sort of internet-based. You know, there's no substance to it. And what I talk about in my book, Strength in Stillness, is that you really should take these issues seriously. And when you're looking at meditation, take that seriously. And transcendental meditation, which I write about, is probably the most researched and gold standard of meditation techniques, and I taught Susanna.
Yes, he did, and he taught Mike Woods as well, and our friend Greg. So I went to you, and I don't know, Lori can't tell, but I was really stressed out. I was not sleeping. I had so many issues, and you really helped me like calm myself down. And it's not a difficult practice, but it is a discipline. You have to discipline yourself to do it twice a day for 20 minutes. And it's sort of like a re-energizing, I find, and a refocusing.
How has it helped you in all this time?
It has helped me. Well, you know, these morning hours are a killer. When you do it 5 days a week, and then, you know, you have a little bit of a social life, and you're keeping up with the work when you go home. And so what it does is when I go home from the job, before I start looking at my notes, before I start booking people, I take that 20 minutes to myself and refocus and re-energize, and then I don't feel so stressed out.
What does it feel like when you meditate?
It feels calming.
Yeah. The thing about this meditation, there's a lot of excuse me, there's a lot of confusion about meditation. Some people say, I'd like to be able to meditate, but I can never clear my mind of thoughts. It's a battle.
Right.
And I've tried it after yoga class. All right, clear your mind of thoughts. Right. In transcendental meditation, I use the analogy of an ocean. Waves on the surface, choppy waves on the surface, but by nature the ocean is silent at its depth, and our mind is the same way. Surface of our mind is the gotta mind, all the millions of things we have to do. And in transcendental meditation, we learn how to get a mantra from a trained teacher.
And how do you get a mantra?
You learn it from a trained teacher. This is not a mass meditation. This is you find a certified teacher, tm.org, and it's a non-profit organization, and Lori, they give you a mantra, and then they teach you how to use it properly. Any of us can do it. I teach a 10-year-old child they can do it, but it takes that personal instruction, and effortlessly your active, excited mind settles down to that inner calm, and then there's so much research now.
That you were talking about.
There's so much research. Blood pressure goes down, anxiety goes down, depression goes down, clearer thinking. It wakes up the brain. A huge impact.
What I love about the book is that you give the philosophy, you give the science behind it, and then there's also some fun quotes from some of the people who've meditated with you, like Jerry Seinfeld, and he says basically, you know, he stopped his show Seinfeld because he was getting stressed out. And at the end he says, I also know that if I had been meditating twice a day all these years, Seinfeld would still be on the air.
Yeah.
He said that to you, right?
Yes, no. Because this is such an energy booster. We all have, okay, I have all these ideas, all these things I want to do with my life, but we're exhausted. And so what do? The best way to recharge is if we can get a good night's sleep. Not all of us can get that. In this meditation, 20 minutes at will, you can get this profound rest and relaxation, and it's energizing. So Jerry equates 20 minutes of TM to 2 or 3 hours of sleep.
Let's talk about your work also when it comes to girls and women who have been the victims of domestic violence. We're going to talk about our veterans who are dealing with post-traumatic syndrome as well. It's so dear to your heart. I know you grew up in a family, you were raised in a family of giving back, social consciousness, that kind of thing. Do you think that was a natural way of...
Well, for me it was interesting because when I was a kid I wanted to be the next Bobby Kennedy. I worked for him, and I wanted to be a U.S. Senator and really address this inequality that's in the world. And then politics didn't seem to be the way you're going to heal the nation. Hello. And so then my mother was an educator, so I looked into education, and then I learned this meditation, and I thought, oh my gosh, to give a child this tool that they can learn, they could carry with them the rest of their life, it changes lives. And now here in New York City, in the Bronx, we have programs in many, many schools. We call it Quiet Time, where the kids just have a few 5-10 minutes of just start the day with this quiet, and it wakes up the brain, and they do, grades go up, academic tests go up, less suspensions, less expulsions, higher graduation rates. It's changing lives, and my dedication is to make this available. Obviously it's just an option to anyone who'd like to learn it. That would be very satisfying.
You've seen results with our veterans as well.
Yes, veterans, huge effects, where you have a veteran who comes back from combat, they can't sleep an hour or two a night, and they have you know, wake up in cold sweats and horrible nightmares, and they learn this meditation. Within a day or two they're sleeping 8 hours a night. That's not just me talking, that's research funded by the Department of Defense.
And by the way, all the proceeds for this book, Strength and Stillness, go to helping people who can't afford to go to the David Lynch Foundation.
That's right.
Like the veterans and the young kids. And I love the fact that in some of these schools you're telling the principals, don't just send them to a room with, 4 walls when they get in trouble. Let them meditate.
Yeah, because what does that do? When they meditate, so many of the problems are caused by stress and trauma. These kids live, and it's not just the kids in some of these under-resourced schools. We know our own kids suffer from high levels of stress. What tools are we going to give them? And I think this is a non-pharmacological, it's not a religion, it's not a philosophy. You can be 100% skeptical. You can think it's all bunk, and the technique works fine. Like, you don't have to believe in gravity. We're sitting here.
And the science,
we're not floating on
science goes behind it as well. And the other thing is, it's always interesting. Bob Roth does these beautiful luncheons to raise money for the foundation. And I got to host the last one, and Giselle Bundchen's there. Yeah. And Robin Roberts, our friend from GMA. And it's always amazing to see these very successful people who practice it. It's almost like shocking. Because I don't know, you just don't expect them to do it.
Well, the thing is, as you know, it's hard to get to the top, but then it's very difficult to stay there. And what does it take to get to the top and to stay there? Creativity, resilience, so much resilience, energy, focus, not being stressed and anxious. And so here's a tool. It doesn't matter if you're Christian, Jewish, atheist, it doesn't matter, Muslim. Anyone can do this. Like, you don't have to be Christian to do jumping jacks. So this is just like that. We do so much from to take care of ourselves from the neck down. We exercise, we eat properly. Transcendental meditation is something for the neck up. And then we're the whole person. It's wonderful.
Well, the book is wonderful. Lots to learn from it and to be taught by it.
Yeah.
I think I need to start taking
I think you need to start doing it. By the way, on Sunday, Bob does this group call-in, and it's free. You call in this number, and we, meditate in our own homes. And every Sunday, I try to keep my dog, Lulu, outside of the room, okay? And she begs to come in. I let her come in, and I guess just Bob's voice
puts her to sleep.
Puts her to sleep. She's snoring. And it's like I'm laughing and I'm trying to meditate, and Lulu's snoring.
I think the main thing that I want to say, though, the beauty about this, as you know, is you can do this anywhere.
Right.
You can do this in the back. You can do it in a car, someone else driving. You can do it in a plane. You can do it in a park bench.
Taxi.
Yeah, taxi. You can do it anywhere.
Just fine.
And that's the beauty of it. Just, it's done 20 minutes in the morning, 20 minutes in the evening. And people think, oh my God, 40 minutes. This one man said, no, we have to go. He said, 40 minutes, this businessman. And his son said, Dad, there's 1,440 minutes in a day. You don't have 40 minutes to be a better dad?
He's right.
Yeah.
All right, Bob Roth, thank you so much.
Yeah, really nice.
The book is called
to meet
Strength in Stillness, The Power of Transcendental Meditation. It's a great way to kind of learn about it, be introduced to it, and then take the next step and learn it.
TM.org, TM.org.
Thank you.
Okay.
Bob,
Thank you,
always
Bob.
great. Love you.
We are here with Bob Roth. He is the meditation teacher to the stars. He's worked with Katy Perry, Michael J. Fox, Jerry Seinfeld, Hugh Jackman, and that is just to name
the two of
a few. Yes, the two of us. Thank you very much, Bob. You do know your audience, and you really got me excited. This was the greatest gift you gave me, George, when you introduced me to this man right here who has a new book, Strength in Stillness. Please welcome Bob Roth.
He gave me a gift. That's what we're going to talk about.
I know. There was a time that something was really crazy going on in the studio, and I was losing it. I look at George, and he was just so calm, and I said, I want some of that. And he said, it's you. And talk about meditation and how the analogy to an ocean.
Well, first of all, it's not me, it's the technique. The technique is what works, but I appreciate that. I like to use, when I describe transcendental meditation, I like to use the analogy of an ocean. We know that an ocean can be very turbulent on the surface, but by its nature, an ocean is very silent and calm at its depth. And the mind is the same. The surface of our mind is that active, gotta, monkey mind, all the millions of things we have to do. And every one of us has a desire. I'd like to have some inner calm. I'd like to have some inner equanimity, equilibrium. And The question is there such a thing as an inner? And if so, how do we get there? And transcendental meditation is a very simple, natural technique that gives effortless access to the stillness that lies within.
You keep using the word technique, and it's one of the things I liked best about the book is it really captures your voice and the way you approach people. And I think a lot of people maybe watching at home might think, oh, transcendental meditation, it sounds like a religion.
Yeah.
I'm never going to be able to quiet my mind down. But as you say, it's a technique.
How did you feel when you...
That's what I was like when you came in to me. I said, listen, I'm not sure this is going to work for me. I don't want all this metaphysical stuff, but I would love to learn how to find some peace, find some calm.
And that, I mean, I am by nature a very skeptical person. I love science, I love practicality. So in that way you would think I'm not your typical meditation teacher, but I think that whole understanding of a typical meditation teacher needs to be brushed aside. We're talking in transcendental meditation a medical tool that can just give anyone access, whether they believe in it or not. You can be 100% skeptical and anyone can learn it, how to allow the active thinking mind to just access calm. And when that happens, your body, according to research, gains a profound state of rest.
And you say it's what the mind wants.
Yes. The nature of the mind, that's the interesting thing. There are many meditations, and I think many people, when they think of, oh, I could never do it, I could never clear my mind of thoughts. When I heard that, someone said, okay, Bob, clear your mind of thoughts. I said, all right, then I'll create peace in the Middle East right after that. But in transcendental meditation, we just effortlessly access these deeper, quieter, calmer levels that are already there. And it happens effortlessly because the nature of the mind is to be drawn to something more satisfying. And inside, most satisfying.
But also, it's like to have no expectations. And everything in life, we have expectations and intention, but when we meditate, it's just the opposite. But one thing that people are very concerned about, time. The time, the amount of time. Does it have to be the 20 minutes?
There's a great thing. I told this story. A man came into the office with his 14-year-old son, and he was complaining. He said, oh, I want to do this, but 20 minutes twice a day, once in the morning, once in the afternoon. Who has the time? And his son, who must have done the math, said, Dad, there's 1,440 minutes in a day. You don't have 40 minutes to take care of yourself? So it kind of shut him up, and he learned to meditate. And the thing is, you like it. You look forward to it. It's not hard work.
I actually think it creates time.
Yes.
I think if you invest 40 minutes a day, you go through the rest of the 22 hours, whatever, 23 hours, feeling more calm, more focused, more connected to everyone around you, and that's invaluable.
It's who we are when we're not stressed. Stress is just, it like sticks to us. So you do this first thing in the morning, you get up 20 minutes earlier, and people say, are you kidding? I need my sleep.
But I know when you said that to me, I'm like, are you nuts?
But when you're getting up, you're getting more rest.
Yes, it's deeper than sleep. And so you do it first thing in the morning, and it's an investment. You're more resilient, you have more energy, more focus, you get things done faster, more efficiently, and you're enjoying it.
It calms you and energizes you at the same time. It's the oddest thing.
Yeah.
Okay, give us a quick little quiet time.
Okay, so as I said, to learn transcendental meditation, it's taught in personal instruction, I wanted to say, one-to-one. I don't have the time to do that here. But the first thing that you have to do when you meditate is you close your eyes. There are many meditation techniques that tell you to push out thoughts. This isn't. So it's just the simplest thing. If you just close your eyes for a moment.
Everybody do that. Do that.
And then just know, when you learn this technique, we will give you a mantra, which is a word or a sound, and teach you how to access the deepest level of your own being. And when you do that, your body gains profound rest and you come out energized. So you can open your eyes now, but just know that the simplicity of closing your eyes, then you learn this technique from a teacher and it can transform your life.
That is true. Bob, thanks for coming in.
He's offering for our crew here to do this for us, and we're so grateful. But you can bring it home with you because Strength and Stillness, it is out now.
So it's wonderful to see how Dr. Bobby Roth is really handling it so beautifully. He's really doing well. He brings out the research. He brings out all the basics, the basic things like that it's 20 minutes twice a day, and he uses always the analogy of the ocean. He brings out one or two personal stories that are very instructive, and he always asks the people he's talking to, what's your experience? How do you feel during meditation? And then they start talking like TM teachers. They start saying, oh, it's an investment for me. I feel more calm. I feel more focused. I have more energy. It's an investment for me. So more resilient, more efficient. So it's very nice to see this. And it was interesting to see that the program itself put along the bottom types of meditation: focused attention, open monitoring, and self-transcending. And this comes from the research, EEG research of Dr. Fred Travers. He has found that there are 3 types of meditation. Focused attention is concentration meditation. And then open monitoring is contemplation type of meditation. And then self-transcending means just spontaneously transcending. That's transcendental meditation. And they put that along the bottom there. Very interesting for people to see that. So congratulations to Dr. Bobby Roth, and he's just emailed me yesterday to say that soon, one of these days, he'll be ready to come on Mahashi's Global Family Chat. I know it's very, very pressured for him right now, and he's traveling everywhere and being hosted everywhere on all these shows. So we look forward to speaking to him when we can.